Welcome to Pet Perspectives, brought to you by Ada Animal Hospital. National Dog Bite Prevention Week takes place during the second full week of April and focused on education about preventing dog bites. So, more than 4.5 million people are bitten by dogs each year in the U.S., with children making up about half of all dog bite victims. In fact, I was bit by a dog. I have some scars here from my childhood. So this is really important to talk all about the safety measures and what we can do. Exactly. So we are joined by Dr. Jenny Norman from Ada Animal Hospital, and of course Rocco, our unofficial mascot here on Idaho Today. We're going to be educated all about dog bites. How are you doing today?
Doing well. How are you? I was bit as a child too, right on the nose. So,
oh my goodness.
Yep. I mean, it is. Lots of kids are, and so that's what I want to chat about today.
It happens, and most of the time very unintentional, accidental.
Completely most of the time.
So what can you do as a parent? I'm thinking of my young children right now. What can I do as a parent?
And one of the best things you can do as a parent, especially if you don't have pets at home, is still taking the time to educate your kids on proper approach to pets, because kids love dogs. You know, they see a dog, they want to just get in its face, and there are some very, very specific things that you should do.
Okay.
So one, teach your children always be calm, you know, contain that excitement and the squeals, always being calm around new dogs, always asking for permission. I think that's a good lesson for kids in general, asking for permission for things, but asking before they pet and approach a dog, and then teaching them that they go up slowly, kind of let them sniff and check you out.
Get to know you.
Exactly. Let them see. That way the owner of the pet as well has that chance to gauge their dog and say, you know, they're not comfortable, let me pull away before something happens.
Yeah.
And then gentle pets as well, you know, just teaching them to pet gently on the back, very soft, not tugging at ears, not putting your face in their face.
Some animals have some anxiety around other people, especially small children.
Exactly.
Especially if they're not around small children. You mentioned with the children to stay calm. Easier said than done with a 3-year-old, I'm just saying. But you're so right, like trying to educate your young children on how do you approach these animals. And I know my son is obsessed with dogs. We go on walks a lot, and when he sees other people's dogs, he's like, ah! And so always like, hold on, let's make sure it's okay. So those are really great tips. But what about if you are a pet parent? So you are the dog owner, or you're the pet owner. What can you do?
And as that, you have responsibilities too. So, I mean, if you get them as a puppy or, I mean, new dog, working on socialization, practice having that dog around different environments, getting in with good, you know, obedience training, getting them used to different people coming up to them, so that when unexpected things happen, when that excited 3-year-old does run up to them, they're not completely overwhelmed. So practice socialization, but also, I mean, being an advocate for your dog too, learning their body language, and when they're showing that they're nervous, they're uncomfortable, you know, no matter how excited the family or the kid is to be petting, pull your dog away. You know, if it's your family pet too, be aware that, okay, they need a break from this. They're getting pushed to their limit.
Well, just as some dogs can be uncomfortable with unknown, like children, stranger children, or stranger people coming to them, there are some people that get anxiety with dogs coming towards them. So it's almost equal on both sides to watch boundaries.
Exactly, and then they can, you know, read off of people's energy, and that's another thing that can lead to unexpected biting as well.
Yeah, and you bring up, you know, the unexpected biting that does happen, and you're right. Any dog, any age, any size,
any
this
dog,
can be something
any age, any size, they can bite. It's not a breed thing. It's not an age thing. But then it is something too. A final point of, if your dog has always been nice and calm and friendly, and all of a sudden they're biting and they're being more reactive. Sometimes that can be their only way of telling us, hey, I don't feel good. I'm hurting. There's something going on. So if there's new behavior changes, getting them to your vet and getting them checked out as well.
It would be nice if we could teach our dogs and our pets to talk to us and communicate and let us know.
There's about 10 words. If I could teach dogs 10 words, we could do so much with that.
And as pet owners, sometimes you know Rocco's cues, right? Like you know what he
Exactly.
needs and what he's trying to tell you, but people around him may not understand that.
No.
So you're right. It's your job to advocate and kind of be the translator, so to speak, for your pet.
Exactly. And one of the biggest things I see too, a tail wag does not always mean a happy dog. So a lot of people will see a dog wagging its tail and think that's friendly and I can approach.
You just assume.
Exactly, but it isn't. They have different signaling with it. So just being aware of that. Again, trying to teach kids especially to be calm, teaching them these signals so that we can avoid some of these unexpected dog bites.
Great. Well, these are all really good tips, good information, whether you own a dog or you're around dogs, or maybe you just see a dog on your walk, right?
Exactly.
This is really good
They're here with us, so we all need to know how to interact with them.
Well, thank you, Dr. Jenny. We appreciate you and
Thank
Rocco
you.
always coming on. And of course, there's going to be plenty more on Idaho Today right after the break.